Welcome to Saturday Night Vibe, Progressive News Show. Let's be S3. I am your host, Smaller Low with Anna Hart. And as you can see from the title, we will continue with Am I the A-Hole stories. Apparently, it's very popular, so why mess things up? Also, Fizz will not be with us this whole weekend. He is going to spend the weekend with his lovely family. Enjoy yourself, Fizz. We will see you next
Yeah.
week.
Have a good
So
vacation.
the second hour will have a Am I the A-Hole Mafia video of the week, which is funny only because we have been talking about this subject, Anna. It's just
Okay.
funny. Only you're not gonna get what's the funny part until literally the very end of the story. I'm
Okay.
just gonna give you that warning. But I promise you, it just so happened to be on a subject that we have been talking about for the last, and not the main subject, but just off brand when we be talking about things. It's just been coming up the last couple of weeks.
Hmm.
Again, I want to confuse you. You'll get it. It's just when I
Yeah.
heard it,
Okay.
it was hilarious. I was like, oh, I got to play that on the show. That's just funny as crap.
Hmm.
Positive story of the week, and of course, Foxy video of the week. Um, how is everything going?
Everything's going really well. It's slow. Yeah. Um, Slow week, but just because I wasn't doing well earlier in the week, but things got better, and so things are looking much better right now.
All right. I'm gonna sleep well tonight. I
All
went to a
right.
I went to a fundraiser, black community fundraiser, um, in my old neighborhood. They have a I can't remember the name of it. L and A, I think it's called. But anyway, it's a community organization group that they help build a daycare. They help build a school. They have built their next project is to build a grocery store.
Oh,
Um,
that's awesome.
for the neighborhood, for the community, and this is their first community outreach. And
That's wonderful.
they've gotten a lot smarter this year because the thing to do was people was coming because they was giving away $100 gift cards to everybody who comes to the meetings and comes to the gatherings and comes to the parties and everything else and all this. That's what all
Yeah.
this. It was a fundraiser, but it was a party. It was almost like
Okay.
a fair.
Good.
But
Seems
here
like
is the
everything's a fundraiser these days. So,
yeah.
sorry.
But here is the twist. They had vendors, and for you to get the gift card, they gave you a sheet of paper that you had to go to each and every last one of those vendors and have signed off before you could come back and get the card. So yeah, the good old days of coming in, waving to your friends, stay around for a few minutes, and hee ha ha, then go get your car to leave. Yeah, no.
No.
Because a lot of these vendors are especially made to help people. Period. There's a
Okay.
senior there's a senior living program that I saw. There was a program to help you keep your home or get a home. I mean, it was a lot of good programs. It's not like
That's wonderful.
just wasteful vendor like, hey, do you want free clean? Well, do you want free cleaning supplies? I mean, there was, and that's what they're trying to push you through is to me when you say they don't do nothing for the black community. Here's the programs that's trying to help the black community.
Hey.
Now, we can only supply you with their,
Sorry.
supply them with your visit, but we can't make you go talk to them. Oh, she's having a bad day. She's agreeing with me.
Yeah.
So,
He's upset someone's outside.
yeah, well, let's see who's already out there. Hello, Tracy. How are you? All right. Well, anyway, without further ado, let's get this party started. Anna, I'm so glad that you are on the show tonight. I've held on to this story for a really long time.
Oh,
About 6 months, maybe 8 months. It's an
mm,
old story. I've just never played it. Um,
okay.
and I would love to get your thoughts on it. It is a two-parter. So I had to
Okay.
break it down. But here it is, part one, friend request.
In 8th grade, I met this girl, North, who was in my band class, and the two of us hit it off. I asked her out on a movie date, and from there, we became boyfriend and girlfriend. She was my first girlfriend, and things were going alright. That was until her dad got a new job across the country in California. North moved away, but we decided to try out long-distance dating through our freshman year. We were not built for long-distance dating. I couldn't protect her from bullies, hug her when she was crying, or tell her that she was going to be alright when she told me about her depression. We got into arguments about God knows what, but decided to keep the relationship going because her dad was trying to transfer back closer to our hometown. That was until she stopped texting me around Christmas and her sister sent me a funeral program and asked me to go to California. North's sister told me that she took her own life because the bullying was getting too much and that I wasn't there for her when she needed me. It broke my heart that I couldn't go to California for the funeral, and for the past 8 years, I've mourned her loss. I spent the entirety of my high school career trying to rebuild myself from all the damage. I went to meetings for people who have lost family members and loved ones. I went to therapy for 4 years to try to process the loss. I had to learn how to become dependable because I didn't want it to happen again. And after working on myself for 4 years, I asked out one of my classmates, Lucy. We started dating the tail end of our senior year and are about to celebrate our 4-year anniversary in April. Last night, I got a notification from Facebook saying that I got a new friend request. I opened the app and found that it was from North. She looks older, but it's undeniable that there are pictures of her as an adult with her fiance and her newborn daughter. I spent 8 years of my life believing that she was dead. But here she is, with undeniable proof that she's been living a great life without me. My stomach is in knots, my heart is sinking to the ground, and my mind is racing trying to figure out what happened and what I should do. Do I accept the friend request? Do I ignore it and try to move on? I feel completely lost, and I feel like my entire life has been a lie. I've spent the entire night looking at pictures of her and her family, floored that she would do this to me.
Oh, wow. Up to me, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so far, I knew something was off with that. Hey, tell him I'm dead. That's exactly how it sounded. Tell him I'm dead. And you become the coward. You were not able to say, hey, look, I can't deal with this long distance. A lot of people can't, by the way. And either try to reestablish some boundaries, and check in a little bit more. But just telling somebody that they died, it's a stupid lie. And for all of the grief that you saw him go through is exactly why it's cruel to do that to somebody. Like, there might be some situations where your life is in danger and you might need it. This was not one of them. This was, you were a coward and you took the easy way out because you weren't getting what you wanted. And I mean, I felt sorry for her all the way up until that point. Because from that little bit of overview, we weren't given any kind of that neither of them were doing what they should have for this relationship. Obviously they stayed in it since 8th grade. So, like I said, just a lot of people can't handle the long distance. I know there's going to be more to this, so obviously he's going to go and talk to her and find out, because ultimately curiosity is a dumb thing that we follow.
We got to. Okay,
And here we go.
I'm gonna hold off judgment. I'm gonna hold off judgment only because I am playing both ends of the fence. And that's not gonna make sense what I'm saying until you hear the second part. So
Okay.
let's just go ahead and get into the second part.
Then, 2 days later, OP posted an update. I accepted the friend request. After Lucy and I talked about it, we agreed that the possibility of getting some sort of closure would be worth it. So I accepted the friend request and sent out a text saying hello. About a half hour later, I received a notification that North responded. We talked a bit, talking about how our lives have been. Turns out, her and her fiancé were in town visiting family, and it started to make her think about all the hurt that she had caused me, and that she couldn't feel comfortable moving on with her relationship without knowing if I was okay. She tried to apologize, saying that we were dumb kids, and that it seemed easier to ghost me instead of break up with me. She told me about how in some messed up teenager way, she thought that giving me an explanation to her ghosting me would make it easier to move on, and so her and her sister concocted the whole story. I told her about the years of therapy, the years of loneliness, and how guilty I felt when I started dating again. I told her about how I used to think that she was the one for me, even through nights of arguing, and that she left me more hurt than if she had just threw me away. And I told her that, in some weird way, I'm thankful to her. Her death changed me for the better, and I wouldn't be the man I am today if it wasn't for her. I then texted, "Having said that, I will not accept your apology. It's a shallow attempt to free your guilty conscience before you get married. If you were really sorry, you would have said something sooner. You would have apologized sooner, or you wouldn't have done it at all. You took the coward's way out, and I do not forgive cowards." She said she understood, but hoped that one day I could move past the hurt she caused me and find it in my heart to forgive her. I took screenshots of the whole conversation and sent it to her fiancé. I don't know if he knows the story between me and her, but now he can have enough of an idea that they can start the conversation. I hope they figure out how to move past it. After all, they look very happy together, and the mistakes of a teenager shouldn't affect her current life. However, I'd be lying if I said there wasn't a part of me hoping it crashes and burns. I know this isn't the update some of you guys wanted. Some of you really wanted me to bully my way through the conversation or play mind games to mess with her. But that's not who I am, nor is it who I want to be. On the bright side, I can now truly move on from the relationship that costed me 8 years of my life and put the whole story of North behind me.
Okay, here's where I play in both sides of the fence. As much as she was wrong in the 8th grade, the girl was in the 8th grade. Teenagers do some of the dumbest things known to mankind. It makes no sense. And the same teenagers who did it when they was teenagers and did the stupid thing grow up to be adults who went, why the heck did I do that? It's hard enough for adults to have long distance relationships. I don't know why 2 8th graders thought they could do it. Bless your hearts, you tried. I just don't know how you thought this was gonna work. You gave it a shot. Now, while I can look at it and go, you did a dumb teenage thing because you was too coward enough to just stand up and say, look, this ain't working out. See you on the next run and everything else and move on with your life. You can move on with this life. What I will not forgive is 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, 12th grade, baby college, adulthood, all these other years. You waited until what you wanted him to forgive you for benefited you. And for all those years, it didn't benefit you.
Wait, from 8th grade to 12th grade, they were together. It was college that was.
Oh, I thought this was all in the 8th grade.
No. This was. College was separate, unless I heard it wrong. College was separating them. That's when they finally had to do some long distance, and that wasn't working out after 4 years.
Wait a minute, let me play the first part again because I
Okay.
heard it was in school, and when they was in the 8th grade, his father transferred far away, and he tried to
I
work
could
it
be
out.
wrong.
But let me just play the first part and see if I got it right. Hold on.
In 8th grade, I met this girl, North, who was in my band class, and the two of us hit it off. I asked her out on a movie date, and from there, we became boyfriend and girlfriend. She was my first girlfriend, and things were going all right. That was until her dad got a new job across the country in California. North moved away, but we decided to try out long-distance dating through our freshman year. We were not built for long-distance dating. I couldn't protect her from bullies, hug her.
Yeah, it was the 8th grade. They were still in the 8th grade. Their freshman year of high school or junior high.
I heard that a very different way. I heard that as freshman of high school.
Oh well.
Past high school, rather, not
But
of
okay.
college.
I'll take my way and I'll take your way. Either way, you only want forgiveness because it benefits you. It benefits your feelings. Now, how many years between the two, whether it was the 8th grade or freshman in college, you still did not call or try to get in contact with this dude until it benefited you. So really and truly, and I'm just going out on a limb, you still don't feel bad about what you did. You feel guilty about what you did only because it will cleanse your heart of the guilt. It still benefits you. You're just still trying to benefit something from you. Now, OP, well, that's why I said it was the 8th grade, because he even said that. He was like, you can't blame a teenager for what she did in the 8th grade. And that's why I was like, all of this happened in the 8th grade. But anyway,
I could be wrong, like I said.
Like, but OP, I'm gonna get on you. If you're saying, I hope he don't, I hope it don't cause any trouble for what she did when she was in the 8th grade, then why did you send it to her? What was the point of doing that? You did want to cause trouble.
You wanted to know.
You did. It was petty. You did want to cause trouble. Don't sit there and go, now I really hope it doesn't cause it. Bruh, come on. Come on. Yes, you do.
I'm secretly wishing for this all to burn down, but I don't want trouble.
I don't want to say it out loud, but deep down, Hey Parker, what's Baller still
But
has his
people are
birthday.
human, and they're always gonna have this. I wonder what happened to that person. You know that I was so close to at one time in my life, and then something happened. Because we blow up and get to points where I never want to see you again. That's often what we do. You know, I was actually talking with my brother that my first boyfriend recently got in touch. It had been years since we had talked, and we broke up. Um, I was just coming into college age, and he was in college, but I was getting sick. So I was like, you know, I don't want you to have to go through this with me, kind of thing. So it was amicable. And no matter where I go, other people are like, no, I didn't have an amicable breakup with any one of my exes. Okay. But humans have this, it's very natural. I want to know what happened. I'm curious. Um, Even a little bit too narcissistically so. And I'm still gonna go. You were selfish. This girl was selfish. This girl was chaotic, and it was incredibly cruel to go through with the, hey, your girlfriend died. She actually took her own life because of something you did. If there is ever something that you hear from me, to all of the teenagers who are out there and at college right now, don't do that. Do not mess with someone's whole mental state. Because look at how that took him years to get over.
Yeah.
So I hope things go good with his girlfriend now. I hope he, you know, because he did say he's at least thankful for where he got to in life. And for that, I was like, yes, that is a survivor talking, and like recognizes like in that. So yeah, keep
You
going.
know, people are in your life for a reason,
Mm-hmm.
for a season,
Mm-hmm.
for a lifetime,
Mm-hmm.
and they grow apart.
Yep.
No fault of each other at all. I mean, a majority of the stories that I hear about friends drifting apart is one group gets married. They're a little more homebody now. They can't go to the club scene every weekend and hang out and take long weekend trips and everything like they used to, while the other
Yeah.
ones still can. They're not ready for that life. And the numbers dwindle and dwindle and dwindle. But you think if when the next group gets married and settle down, that they'll get with the other group of people who done got married and settled down. No, just a lot of time that have passed between that time, and things move on. No fault
Mm-hmm.
of absolutely nobody. All those close friends you had in high school and buddy, and you know, go to the mall and get those T-shirts printed up with everybody's name on it in the same colors, so you can show your solidarity. You ain't got the friend or the T-shirt no more. You don't know why. Because life happens. You move on. No fault of anybody's. This, however, is not that case. You If anything, lady, I hope you learn there's nothing wrong with having to make the tough decisions. If you're gonna learn anything, this isn't working out. I'm sorry. We had a good time, but the distance is just too much. And move on. Or just ghost. Block his number, anything like that. You went the nuclear route of you unalive yourself and it's the bully and it's all on peaceful. Like, wow. Okay. I thought the ghosting was a little cowardly, but it's a lot better than you blaming a fake death on somebody. I mean, normally when people do these little toxic things, I'm gonna teach you a lesson. You ain't even teach this guy a lesson. You just tormented him. Was that your angle? Is that what you wanted to do? Or did you not think that far?
She didn't think that far.
Yeah. So anyway. OP, you're not the a-hole. I will give you a 0.5 a-hole for emailing the fiance. I got to do that. Sorry. That was just really petty, unnecessary. And I would have took it down to a 0.4 if you didn't come back talking about, I really hope he takes into account that it was just the 8th grade, but you can't keep accountability for what you did when you was younger. Then why did you do it? So
Thing.
So why do this? I have to give you a 0.5 for just doing that, dude. That's just because even if I was the fiance, I would kind of look at this and go, "You did what in the 8th grade? Hey, that's messed up." So we're not engaged anymore. Yeah, we're engaged. That was just stupid of you what you did in the 8th grade. I don't think that's gonna stop our marriage. I think it was just dumb. I'm gonna have to side eye with you on some things though. But anyway, moving on to the next story. Anna, again, I'm kind of glad that you're here because this is up your well too. I mean, I did not know until I saw the title. Saw the title and I know the story, but I didn't know these two stories is actually in your house of knowledge. So let's go ahead and jump into the second story. Take an Uber.
This has been a built-up issue. My son got married this weekend, and the issue isn't dying, so I'm posting here. My daughter has very bad anxiety. She's 19 and her name is Shelly. Shelly used to go to therapy when she was a minor, but she stopped when she turned 18. Ever since then, her anxiety has been out of control, and due to this, she won't drive anymore. She has a driver's license, but refuses to drive. We live in the USA, so driving is basically necessary, and it's a big inconvenience for the people around her. Also, she's an adult, so it's not like we can force her to drive. This is the issue. My son was getting married, and Shelly was uncomfortable with so many people around at the wedding. She asked me to take her home. I told her no, and that if she's having difficulties to wait in the car. She told me that it's freezing outside and she needs to leave. Again, I told her no, turn on the heat in the car and wait if she needs to be away from these people. She did not like this answer and told me that she was going to have an anxiety attack if she stays and that she needs to go home. I told her to take an Uber and that I'm not leaving. She didn't like this and it turned into a full argument. Shelly told me that I need to take her home again and I had enough. I told Shelly that she's being selfish, that she has many options and I will not deprive her brother, my son, of his parents being at his wedding. If I took her home, I would miss his wedding since it's an hour drive here. She called me a jerk and left to stay in the car for a bit. She came back about an hour later for the rest of the wedding. She's been pissed off ever since.
Wait, how are these people related? Her brother, my son? So that's a mother talking to her daughter?
I don't know if it's a mother talking to her daughter or the father talking to the daughter.
Okay, a parent talking to the kid. Huh. I mean that's rough. Did we get the ages? I mean,
She's an
if one
adult.
is both are okay, so one is getting married, that's gonna still be young. See, I'm coming from the background of I might very well get um claustrophobic, anxiety coming high in a group of people. So I have a caregiver who very specifically knows her job and um she can start to recognize signs of I need to leave before I do. It did not sound like this parent and child, or well, adult child, were anywhere close to that. And in fact, it sounded like they kind of dismissed the anxiety. I do understand the I want to be there for my son getting married. I really do. I just how are you leaving one child so now for some people taking an Uber might not be a big deal. For her it may be. I really don't know. Um for some it's like that is my ticket out of here. Fine, I'll take an Uber, give me the money. Um but that there is a bit of cruelty in there. They should have planned a little bit better. Like everybody, it sounds like. Because that's what I am doing. Every time that I say yes to go to some kind of social event, I'm then making set aside medicine that I might need to take while I'm there. I will take with me things that I will might need because of different symptoms that come up. And ultimately, I have my caregiver with me because or I have somebody with me during that time and then, the caregiver will come back to get me. It's that important. And if you cannot rely on your own, and I've known a lot of people who can't drive because they have anxiety. You don't want somebody driving with that level of anxiety. You are talking a few thousand tons of steel. A few thousand pounds of steel, not tons. um you know the the flippant way people talk about driving cars, it's like y'all don't realize that you take your life into your hands every single time you get into one of those vehicles. Every single time. And it's not only your life, it's everybody else you pass. So like I'm between I just feel like this wasn't really well planned out. And unfortunately, she's an adult. She needs to be okay. If I get to a point where my family is not reliable for me, I need to have a friend that I'm ready to call and who would do me that solid.
Okay. I have a slightly different look on it. Wouldn't be fun if
Mhm.
wouldn't be fun if we agreed on everything. Um, I'm not saying that this young lady does not have anxiety. I'm not even
Mhm.
saying that she didn't feel some type of way at that wedding. What I am saying is the way she's coming off with her demands is unreasonable.
Yeah.
If you know, because your reasoning for leaving was all these people are giving me an anxiety attack. And
Mhm.
my question is, it's a wedding. Did you not think there was going to be a lot of people there? Because there was a third option. Don't go.
Mhm.
See, you at the very least have the situation, whatever it is, the conditioning, the disease, whatever, it changes your life. The first person who has to manage it is you.
Yeah.
Everybody else is support. Support. They support everything else. So the first thing you have to think is, boy, weddings. A lot of people, a lot of crowds, boy, that receptionist, everybody, the receptionist. I mean, I may get through the wedding because everybody is sitting down and things like that. And, the ceremony is going on up there, but the reception is different. That's, people moving around, dancing, people getting food, cutting of the cake and everything else. That may be a little too much for me.
Mhm.
So that's why I was like, I'm not feeling you on this because the parent. I really didn't believe. I didn't. Surprised I didn't catch that. And I didn't know if that was a man or a woman. So the parent was like, one, this is my other child's special event. I'm
Mhm.
not one point. One point B. It's an hour away. So you get having an anxiety attack. So you want me to drive you 1 hour away and then drive 1 hour back, miss probably the majority of the wedding, because that's 2 hours.
Yeah.
So you having an anxiety attack. Separate yourself from the situation. Go sit in the car, turn the heat on, listen to some slow music, white noise, whatever. All you doing is removing yourself from the situation. Nope, don't want to do that. Want to go home. Okay, then if you really have to go home, like Anna said, do you have a friend that can come get you? I can put you in an Uber. They can take you home. Nope, I want you to do it. See, that's the part,
Yeah,
Anna, where
that was childish.
yeah, now I'm looking at you side eye like, why does it have to be that parent that does it?
The only thing that I can say here is that you are not in the greatest control when you're in an anxiety attack. You don't say things the greatest way. Um, but like I said, this should have been talked about, thought about, planned about way before.
Yeah. As a parent, I promise you the first thing that would have came out of my mouth is, why did you come?
Yeah, if this was going to trigger all of your senses.
Yeah. Because it's a wedding. It will. It
Mm-hmm.
will. Like I said, we're talking about a wedding. You may get through the wedding. Usually weddings are quiet moments, but receptions, at
The
least the
party.
reception I've been going to, the party part, mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. I mean, even if you were to say that, have that conversation. Look, I would love to go to my brother's wedding. but can we go home during the reception? Or can I get my friend to come
Or
get me?
right.
Or
Or
let's
I
set up
need to have
certain,
some ride home.
yes. You get yourself ready for that situation instead of just blow it up and nope, don't want to Uber. I don't want to sit in the car. Nope. Is you a bus?
So I wish we had heard a little bit more about, because some weddings, when it's the mother of either a bride or a groom, they can get rather pushy, and you will go to your sister's wedding, your brother's wedding. I've heard those kind of fights before. So we don't know exactly how this all
Yeah,
started. Like that's where it is a little bit hard for me to put full, uh hey girl, this responsibility needs to come down on you, because it sounds all like she's still a young adult.
I try to treat all these stories like the norm. I know what you're saying of
Mm.
that's Reddit story norms. Hey, this is your brother. How in the world did you miss your brother's wedding? What's wrong with you? I'll excommunicate you from
I have
everything.
seen it with my own eyes, heard it with my
Wow,
own ears, like it's not just a Reddit thing. Some
I would,
parents,
I would not care. Go or don't. I don't care. I know who is going to be there. Me.
yeah,
But I mean, I will ask, why you don't want to go to your old brother, your old sister's wedding? What's wrong with you? I just don't want to go. Okay,
yeah,
that's your choice. You
all
ain't gonna
right,
stay
you're old
home.
enough to stay home. Go ahead.
You're not gonna stay home with me.
No.
What?
See, if this was me, like I said, I would be making the plan, and I would know exactly
Yeah,
how long I could stand that much input and all the different things, that the lights, the things that are going to eventually set me off. I know this. So,
I don't
I,
know.
I
Poor.
don't like demonizing somebody for going through something that's out of their control, but I also don't like taking responsibility for yourself.
Yeah, I can see it both ways. I don't want to
Hmm.
demonize. I don't want to demonize her,
And I'm
but
not saying you did at all.
oh no, no, no. I'm saying to myself, I'm not trying to demonize her,
Yeah.
but on one thing, the first person that's in control of your condition is you. Everything else is secondary. So you know what your body can handle. And input, that's a great word, Anna. Thank you for that. You understand how much input you can take before you can't take any more. That's you.
Hmm.
Your support group do not know how much input you can take. They can have signs, but your signs can change from day to day because your body is changing, event to event, weather, conditioning, anything can change it. You, on the other hand, that input is going to feel the same. It's going to feel the exact same way. It's going to look. Either input is going to take longer to overload or shorter,
Hmm.
or not at all. I mean, there is a third, or not at all. But when you do have one, an anxiety attack, it's either going to be shorter or longer. But that feeling that you have is going to be the exact same feeling. Like, ooh, it's coming on now.
Hmm.
Let me take my steps. What's my next step? What's my next? Anyway, I'm speaking in circles. Take more responsibility.
Yeah.
Anyway, that is our first hour. We're going to go into our second hour, 3-minute break to reboot and refresh with a just a I forgot. I'm sorry. Am I the A-hole, where we'll actually get to see Anna lose her crap, because it's not the second hour yet, so I can't say it, but she will.
Okay.
If I know my sister, oh yeah, she is. But that is followed up by one of the funniest Mafia videos of the week, a positive story of the week, and a Foxy's video of the week. 3-minute break to reboot and refresh, and we'll see everybody on the other side. Stay tuned.
Living for weekends, wishing I could take a break from this world. Running on a hamster wheel, but searching for something I can't feel. I just wanna be a lost girl and fly. Take a breath, feel my wings spread, levitate above the ground and make eye contact with clouds. Now I'm rising, I'm soaring above it all. I just wanna be free, finally, I wanna be free, I wanna be free, I wanna be free, I always stay dreaming, never imagined I lose my spark. Living in this crazy time, putting back the pieces of my mind. I know how to run from the dark and fly. Take a breath, feel my wings spread, levitate into the clouds. I'm so high above the ground, I'm rising, I'm soaring above it all. I just wanna be free, finally, I wanna be free, I wanna be free, I wanna be free, higher to a bird. You, I'm rising, I'm soaring above it all. I just wanna be free, I wanna be free, I wanna be free, I wanna be free.
We are back, and without further ado, let's go ahead and pay those bills. Radical Truth to Power tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm not quite sure which subject we're going to talk about. Anna did give me an article that I'm still reading through that we may do a series on, or we may do news, but let's face it, so far all the news we got is the terrorists and come on. Please do not forget to go to patreon.com/Tracy Media Fan. Help support Tracy and all of her endeavors. Please do not forget to go to Anna Hart's website, BorelliAetc.com. Learn something that you didn't think you need to know, but you should. Please do not forget to go to Thea's website, Our United Core, Communities Build Movements. And if you need to reach me, you can do so at radtp@outlook.com. That's RADTP@outlook.com. And let's go ahead and get into the Mama Heart Hour.
Well done.
So, Parker, what you said, do you know what you're talking about tomorrow night? I know the main tariffs, and that alone could take up the whole hour. Not really. I can't see how it would. The reason I say is this. I can't stretch a whole hour of he's putting the tariffs on, he taking the tariffs off, he putting the tariffs on, he changed his mind about the tariffs. He's gonna put the tariffs on and rename every country in the world. He's not gonna do it. Yes, he is. No, he's not. I can't fill the whole hour with this because it's so volatile now that at the very least, wait till there is a wait until the shit calms down. I can't find a better way of saying it, and I really wish I could. But there is going to come a calm. There's going to come a middle ground where, yeah, this is the hit that we want. This is the effect that we want. So we're going to stay right here. And they haven't found that balance yet. Because believe me, they wasn't expecting the countries to fight back. Like,
right.
I have no idea why you thought the United States is the only country in the world who has tariffs. And the other countries are so scared that they wasn't going to put the tariffs back. Twofold is an FU to Trump. Other way is you understand that the world is also trying to fight a global crash, basically. We can't afford it. We're going to make sure you can't afford it. Or we going to lose money, so we're going to make sure you lose money. We're going to try to balance this out as much as we can, but it's going to crash until somebody give up, and it can't be us. Why? Because France is France. UK is UK. Canada is Canada. They have the same pride as the United States. Look, I put it to you this way. I heard this the other day that was so funny. Do you understand how bad things are getting, Anna, when China and Japan has decided to join alliances?
Yep.
Let that sink into your head.
China, Japan, and South Korea. Yeah.
And South Korea, countries who despise
each other.
Despise. And it's not like I decided last year. Decades, centuries. And they're lying. Yeah. Maybe you're right. Maybe I can't put a whole hour into this. Wow. But
talking about how we are screwing our allies, how we are now aligning ourselves with the dictators of the world, but the people are not. The people greatly still want to support Ukraine. They want to support Gaza, and the suffering people of the world. But right now, a lot of us are just really focused on trying to save a semblance of democracy. That's where our attention is at.
I expected a full breakdown of the tariffs of each and every one.
Nice.
Right. Okay. Nope.
Oh, shut up.
But that is true. Literally 180 of them got terrors. Only 11 countries was exempt. Was Russia one of them?
Mm-hmm.
Was Israel one of them?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Catch the pattern.
We're tariffing countries that have no people. They have penguins.
Am I
He
the
went. He went to GPT and had his tariff plan written by AI. But this is the Saturday show.
Yeah, it is. It's supposed to be the lighthearted, funny one.
Tyler.
Hmm. Oh, God. China and Japan. Am I the a-hole? Like I said at the beginning of the first hour, I forgot about what this story was about until I saw the title of it. But if I know my sister Anna well enough, it is going to upset her. The ending is a lot better than the beginning. But yeah. So let's go ahead and get into it. You so dumb.
My 29 female boyfriend, 27 male, has this habit of constantly calling me dumb or stupid. Okay. Boop, 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 boop. Let's just go ahead and start it right there, huh? I'm not going to turn the red lights on because that'll just take us to Snap, Crackle, Pop Town. It started as a joke, and at first I laughed along, but over time it became his go-to way of addressing me, no matter the situation. I asked him, begged him to stop, especially in front of his friends, but he would just chuckle and say, "What? But you are dumb." His friends even picked it up, and now they casually call me dumb too. It's humiliating. I started avoiding his social gatherings because I knew I'd just be the butt of their jokes. Whenever I told him how much it bothered me, he'd just say I was being too sensitive and that it was just a joke. Last night, I hosted a party with my work colleagues. It was important to me because I work in a competitive field and many of my coworkers are incredibly accomplished. I introduced my boyfriend to everyone hoping he would be on his best behavior, but of course, he wasn't. Barely an hour in, he started the dumb comments again. My close work friends are used to me venting about this, but one of my senior colleagues, an incredibly sharp, no-nonsense woman, was clearly unimpressed. She turned to him and said, "Hey, you are a guest here, and you do realize who you're talking to, right? Maybe cut the dumb comments." He just laughed like the way he always does. Then later in the evening, I accidentally dropped my drink while reaching for it, and right on cue, he loudly called me dumb again. That's when my senior completely shut him down. You know, everyone in this room has either an advanced degree, multiple certification, or years of experience in their field, including her, who's one of the smartest and most competent people I've worked with. The only person here without those credentials is you. So if we're talking about intelligence, you're the least qualified person to judge. Oh, gosh, I freaking love it. Dead silence. For the first time ever, my boyfriend had nothing to say. He went completely red and barely spoke for the rest of the night. When we got home, he was livid. He said that I should have defended him, that I let my colleague humiliate him, and that what she said was unnecessary and cruel. I just looked at him and said, "So now you know how it feels." He's sulking and acting like I'm the bad guy. For what it's worth, my senior later apologized to him before leaving, saying she didn't mean to be harsh, but was just looking out for me. Now he's acting like I betrayed him, but I can't bring myself to feel bad. After years of him publicly embarrassing me, wasn't it fair for him to finally experience what he put me through? Am I the astronaut?
Oh. No, honey. No. You are not the astronaut. I would say this is as simple as don't stay with someone who earnestly makes fun of you. Especially do not stay with someone who earnestly makes fun of your intelligence, your brain, your likes, who you are, how you look like. These are things your partner should love about you, want to support and hold those things up. This is a tiny, tiny man who gets something out of dragging down his partner. He's got to let everybody else know he's above her. And, I love how so many times it turns out it is the exact opposite. No, she's the one who actually is shades above you. And you're the one who does not have the qualifications to even be in the room. And you know what? I don't think the senior went too hard on him. I think, yes, it was fair for him to feel a tiny bit of what he felt, of what she felt, rather. There's a power imbalance here from him to her. This is ugly. Girl, you are not the asshole for wanting your boyfriend to stick up for you. Please leave. This this is where I won't say there's no, he makes fun of you. Somebody will worship the ground you walk on. Please go find them.
It's my turn now. Oh, good.
It's your turn.
Oh, good. Listen here, Jack Wagon. OP, this is verbal abuse. It's always been a clear form of it when somebody verbally abuses you, because if you make them feel better, feel worse, the worse that they feel, the more they feel like you are the only person that will be able to stay in a relationship with them. That's the point of verbal abuse. Nobody else will want you. There is no real man, the real version of a real. There is no real man on the face of the planet that's going to not only pick on their significant other privately to that point, dumb, but publicly in front of their friends to the point where the friends are doing it too. And all of y'all just, why you think this is cool?
Really?
This is not cool. But let's talk about little man real quick. I have gotten to the point of I am so sick and tired of hearing these stories about people who can dish it out, but they can't take it. Little big man, you had all the balls of the world to be calling her stupid in front of her colleagues. You Billy Bad Butt, when they calmly said, dude, you need to cut out all the dumb jokes and everything. They even said, you need to stop doing this. It's not funny. Everything else. Until you got a verbal lashing. Now, here's the part that makes you a pussy. Is because you were still at the party after the verbal beating. You said nothing during the party. You didn't say anything about your feelings during the party. Hey, lady who I don't know, you hurt my feelings. Hey, lady, you don't know, you stay out of this. Hey, lady, you don't know, this is my girlfriend. I'm a boyfriend. I can speak. You have all the Billy Bad Butt thoughts in the world. No, you just waited until you left. And when you left, and on a one-on-one conversation, because again, you're a coward. On one-on-one conversation, did you want to have your little pouty party? You should have stood up to me. Well, you never have in the years y'all been dating. So maybe she don't know how that looks. She don't know how to stand up for her spouse because you never stood up for her. So she really don't know what that looks like. And now that she says to you, now you know how I feel. What's your next step? Oh, maybe I need to evaluate. Oh, I'm just going to get out of this relationship. No, you go cry in a corner with your milk and cookies. Bruh, you not ready for a relationship. You just ain't. You are a bully. You ran up against a bigger bully. And you don't know how to handle that because you so used to hang out with your little Powerpuff Girls who agree with you on every freaking thing that you say, and now you was taken out of your whole comfort zone and you don't know how to act because what you said was absolutely true. Your girlfriend have a degree. You don't have shit. So who's the dumb one? And spilling milk is a sign of intelligence. That means every person on the face of the planet is an idiot because there's nobody in the world can tell me I've never spilled water. I've never spilled coffee. I've never spilled tea. I've never spilled Coke. Yeah, you have. You spilled a glass. Spilled a glass when you was a kid. What that mean? You have autism? No, that means you're a kid. Everybody's done it. But that's not what this is about, is it, dude? She spills water, you dumb. She trips, you dumb. She goes the wrong direction, you dumb. She wakes up late to go to work, she dumb. This is basic one-on-one of verbal abuse. You so dumb. It's a privilege that I'm still staying with you. So take the abuse, shut up, because if you try to break up with me, you're absolutely positively not going to find anybody else. It's verbal abuse 101. Now I'm going to talk to OP. Get the hell out of this. As a matter of fact, you should have got out of this a long time ago. Nobody should be called out of their name. Period. You need to go get some, after you get out of this relationship, you need to go get some therapy to find out why did you stand for this for as long as you did. Because there may be something deep inside that's allowing people to disrespect you. And last but not least, maybe this will help too. I mean, I know you're not listening, but I'm just saying it for the heck of it. But just in case you are, I don't know who watch these shows after we go off the air, but and just in case you are, I tell my kids this all the time. I shouldn't care about you more than you care about you. Your mentor cared about you more than you cared about you. Yeah, because he did the dumb thing, and she stepped in and said something. She said, he laughed like he normally do, which means OP never said anything. He did it a second time. And then the boss went on. Well, mentor. I don't think she said boss, but mentor.
Senior.
The senior came in
The senior.
and defended you.
There are some people who are trained at, no, you are the girl, you should be more passive, you should be more nice, you should be polite, you should be receiving, you should be submissive, especially with your partner. They get this training, and It's very hard to break out of. And once you are put into that inferior role, it's abuse and really hard to break out of. It's just I wouldn't want you going too hard on her. It's not that the senior cares more about her brain than she does. She can step up. There are certain people that can, in the moment, step forward and say the right thing. There are some people that just cannot. They are not built that way.
Yeah. It may have a lot to do with upbringing, Anna, because, and I'm not saying you wrong at all when I'm finna say this. Where I grew up with, that was almost a law. You do not ever call a woman out of her name. Period. That was a fight. As a matter of fact, when you do call the woman out of the name, it's because you know it's going to be a fight. That was pretty much the point. Like, we not doing it just because I got angry. No. And I was raised with a single mom. You just don't do that. You just don't.
I hear you. And, obviously he was not in a place where she was brought up well either.
No.
So, they were both lacking.
I can't say that. I can't. I'm getting way too many stories of parents going, I did not raise you like this. And thank goodness I'm actually getting more stories where, because I'm so used to the kid is acting a fool because the parents act like a fool. Now I'm getting more stories of, now they're telling the parent what the kid did, and they're like, where are you getting this from? I never raised you like that at all. The cheating, the lying, the gaslighting, the whatever and everything. It's like, what? Like, where are you getting
does this come from? Yeah.
Because this ain't what we've been me and your wife, me and your mother have been married for 20, 30 years. We've never cheated on each other one time. Where are you getting? So I can't say upbringing. I'm not denying some of it may be now.
Right.
It's going either way. I just don't want it. I don't want it to land on, from this point, it's the parents' fault. Because come on. With these podcasts that's coming out with the alpha male and everything else, and the Stepford wife thing coming back into fashion, and don't know.
Yeah.
Basically, I could probably say men and women are becoming easily more influenced. Is that fair? I mean, with YouTube and TikTok and all these shows, you're becoming more influenced because you see what they got and you want it, and you see how they got it, and it was a toxic way to get it, but you don't see anything else but that. So I don't know. Let's see what we got out there.
Okay.
Not the a-hole. The manager did not go far enough. I think she did good. I think she
I think she did very good.
I think she was good, and I think she was fair because she didn't say you was dumb. This is the part that I love what the manager said, because she didn't flat out say you don't have, because you don't have the degrees and the experience that we have, who's the dumb one. She didn't say that, so she wasn't going to try to call you dumb. She was trying to tell him, on this side of the table is the degrees and the experience. You don't have that. You don't have any of that. So why would we listen to you on what is dumb or not? You don't have the experience to tell anybody that. You don't have the degrees to tell anybody that. We do, and yet we would never use it. So that's why I was saying she did not go so far as to call him dumb. She just said, you don't have the experience to call anybody dumb.
Hmm. I think she did really well. I would put money down that he has always been intimidated by his partner's actual intelligence
Yeah, I agree.
and has to put her down to make himself feel better.
Got to. I don't want her to get too uppity. You know, you got to do that.
That is a tiny, tiny man.
Agree, Anna. People should get out of relationships in which their partner doesn't care to change a very simple think about repeatedly asking them over and over again. Good point.
Yes.
Yes. You made me feel bad by what you said, XYZ. Would you please stop doing that? Oh, you're being sensitive. You need to get over it. I'm not going to get over something to make you feel better. Or better yet, let me put it a different way. I'm not going to get over something so you can continue making me feel bad. Either stop doing it or we need to go our separate ways. Powerpuff Girls, his little Power Ranger group, his little Justice League Millions, whatever. Everybody has that little clique where they know no matter how toxic one person is, he has a lot of toxic friends around him too, and they'll laugh at it. And I guarantee you, that's also a form of abuse, because I promise you, he will bring that up in an argument. I'm not the only one who thinks you're dumb. My friends think you dumb too. Just another layer.
Yeah.
Was it expecting a early 2000 kids cartoon reference from Ball LOL? That was a show when I was a real little kid. I have no idea exactly why Powerpuff Girls popped in my head. I honestly don't know. It just popped in my head of your little sewing circle that you just have to get together with your friends to berate your. Oh God, say that out loud. Get with your friends to berate your girlfriend. Yikes. That's disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
That's no, nope. Saturday show.
If that at all describes you out there, please do some big thinking, some deep thinking.
Or just think. Or just stay or be alone.
Yeah. Like
If
yourself,
every
sir.
person, so I'm putting man and woman in here.
Mm-hmm.
If every person that you date is too ugly, is too fat, is too dumb, is too poor, is too anything toxic, after a while, do you think it's them or you? Really, just give us some thought.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to
Something
put
called
that.
a common denominator. Look it up.
Look it up. That's the common denominator. Mafia video of the week. All right. This was the one I was telling you about where I had to put it in because one, it's a funny story. Real funny.
Oh.
The ending is funny as crap. But the ending is funny as crap is because it was a subject for some reason we've been talking about for the last 2 weeks. Yeah,
Okay.
for the last 2 weeks off and on. And when I heard the ending, I'm like, when I tell you I had tears rolling down my face, Anna, I was over here dying. It was like the irony and the ending. It's 3 minutes and 45 seconds, so it's kind of long, but please, please just stay to the end because honestly, it
Okay.
does have a lot of fluff in here that's totally unnecessary, but the ending is fabulous.
Gold. All right, let's go.
Goth Girlfriend.
I'm a 31-year-old guy, and my wife is 32, and we're in a healthy and happy relationship. That said, we've been together since high school, so we both feel that we missed out a little by being each other's only sexual experiences. We talked about this at length and decided a few years ago that we're okay having a few hall passes in our relationship, since we very much intend to stay together the rest of our lives and don't want any resentment over missed possibilities. Plus, it's pretty rare that we could even find such an opportunity, as it's a little hard to find hookups when you're in a committed marriage and don't go out much. We've even given each other advance approval in case a situation arises, as long as we're safe about it and tell each other immediately afterwards. We've both used one hall pass, each with someone that we knew well enough but would never see again, and no issue came of it. In fact, it's only made us more secure in our relationship and how much we genuinely appreciate being with each other. Recently, I had to travel to London for work. I don't normally get to travel for work, so I decided to make a trip out of it and spend a few extra days of my own time in the city after the project was done. My wife couldn't join because she didn't have any vacation time left, but was very supportive of me taking some time to explore since I've never been to London and she has. Being cheap and being a pretty outgoing guy when I'm so inclined, I decided to stay in a hostel. I was interested in meeting other travelers since I didn't know anyone in the city and love being sociable with new people. I chatted with several of the people staying there, and in particular a very attractive French girl, mid-20s, who dressed super goth. For context, I love the goth girl look. I've been sucked into the goth girlfriend propaganda online, much to the annoyance of my wife. It isn't her style. But she's been nice enough to cater to me by putting on a sexy goth outfit on occasion, since she knows it's a huge fantasy of mine. Still, I pester her constantly to be more goth because I enjoy it so much. Anyways, I ended up spending a little bit of time with goth French baddie. We both went to the hostel's happy hour event and hit it off there. I found out that she was recently single and was in London for an art show. It turns out that we're both into emo music, and we talked about our favorite bands. I had the thought that she was acting a bit flirty towards me, but didn't think too much of it, until later I found myself sharing a sink with her in the hostel bathroom. The hostel was co-ed, so each floor had a small shared bathroom with a communal sink, and a door that was meant to be kept open, but which people frequently closed for the sake of having more privacy than just a stall to shower in. So I'm brushing my teeth while chatting up the real-life version of Shadowheart, who, mind you, is wearing an extremely low-cut top, when she suddenly closes the bathroom door behind us. In my mind, my wildest fantasy is about to come true. It's even more exciting because of the adrenaline rush of being in a semi-public setting, and a girl being so into me that she would make such a bold move. I can't believe this is actually happening to me. I instantly get hard. Then she turns around and asks, "Are you interested in learning about our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ?" She had me cornered for 10 minutes, trying to talk me into salvation, while I grew increasingly despondent and immensely disappointed, with the whiplash of going from what would have been one of the crowning moments of my life to pure and utter dejection. When I told my wife this story, she laughed for a solid hour. She said it's karma for annoying her about wanting a goth girlfriend.
That's
Um,
hilarious.
oh my God. I was dying over here. I'm like,
Oh, I'm actually I am dying. I don't quite have the energy to laugh out loud like I want to, but that is hilarious.
ooh, I saw you on camera. I'm like, here it comes. And you stop brushing your hair, everything. I'm like, oh, dude, that is so messed up. Oh,
You turn from emo and goth to. Would you like to talk about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ?
I'm sorry, dude. She got you. She got you. She got you good.
Oh boy, yeah.
She got you good, dude. She got you really, really.
I guess they're trying to adjust more towards those that the church would call degenerate types. Punk kids. They're trying to save them. Punk kids.
This guy's giving too much unneeded information about his sexual desire. I told you it was a lot of fluff in this. It was like, bruh.
I was instantly hard, and then the next
that part right
I'm
there,
sorry, it actually fit in.
I don't want to know about that though, dude.
I know you.
Tracy just laughing her butt off. She got him. She got him good. She got him good.
Okay, my cheeks hurt. Yeah.
And then when you told your wife and she just laughed at your butt for a whole hour.
You deserve that.
Bitch, you don't
Probably
have no
made her wear a leather collar in her life. You deserve that.
Now my question is, do you still have that fantasy? Or are you tainted?
Oh, good question.
Like now
The
every time
fantasy is gone for life.
fantasy is gone because you don't know what the real ending is.
That was not the happy ending.
No. There's a whole new meaning to the term missionary.
Oh my gosh.
That's for you. That's for you, Theus.
Excuse me.
Now he only has fantasy about the atheist.
What?
Now he only has fantasy about the atheist goth girls. Yeah, you have to.
When you have to specify,
Yeah, that's what I was saying, Tracy.
That's
You could have
weird.
yourself. I don't need to know about what happened with your body parts when she walked through the bro. Why? I don't need to know that. I get the point. Anyway,
you could have just said I was instantly turned on, and
I was instantly turned on.
There you go.
Oh, I was. No, I'm not going there. I'm not these. The story of the week. Funny thing about that song, it's supposed to rain all day tomorrow. I think I am going to do some deep cleaning with that song in the background.
Oh, there you go.
Then I'm going to wake up and go, nah. I got 24 hours to change my mind. I'm bad at tech.
Your balloons are hanging in there quite well.
Yeah, I just lost one. But, yeah. Oh, and to answer your question, Parker, do Mall still have the balloons up until they go down?
Yeah.
My wife got me these balloons. I'm not taking these things down until it goes down itself. So, yep. I still have my 2025 banner over my door.
Good.
When will I take that banner down? 2026. Only because I'm lazy and I'm not climbing back up there to take them down. Anyway, bad at tech.
I've started to, on occasion, accidentally, but on purpose, not hang up my phone correctly when getting off a call with my daughter-in-law. I then proceed to talk to my husband about how much I enjoy talking to her, how lovely I think she is, how glad I am that our son chose her, and whatever other boost I think that she may need. She doesn't have any family that uplifts her, just the kind that tears her down. I started doing this after my son told me about his wife coming to him in full-on snot tears because I'd once butt-dialed her while talking to my husband about her. She stayed on the line to hear what I really thought of her, expecting the worst because that's been her experience of family. Apparently, she was quite touched by the things that I said, and my son told me that it gave her a confidence boost that lasted weeks. So I do it more often now. Neither of them have any idea that I do it on purpose, though. They just think that I'm getting old and worse at managing my tech.
That's cute.
It's so sweet. I don't even know why I even put these videos up because it's always the same thing. It should be ingrained, at least in our audience voice by now, in our voice, in our audience head by now. It should be ingrained in there. It doesn't take much to be nice. But I heard a saying today that it doesn't cost you nothing to be nice, but it could cost you everything to be mean. It's so true. I don't know. I don't think I know everything anyway. I never said that I did. But one thing that always bothered me about society, the world, not just the United States, but the world, I can't understand people who go out of their way to make people feel bad. I just don't get it. I don't get it. And yeah, we can go through the philosophy of bad people, hurt people, and all that. Yeah, I get it. Okay, whatever. I've been hurt before. The people that hurt me, I want to hurt them. I don't think I ever had it in me to somebody hurt me, I'm going to want to hurt somebody else, though. It has nothing to do with the situation. I don't get it. I just don't. If I can make somebody's day, it feels a lot better than making somebody just feel like trash. That's just me. But anyway, you got anything, Anna?
I do very much agree. I do not see what anybody has ever gotten out of being mean. Even those who laugh at that, like, it's not funny. As somebody who actually has gotten the nickname Tess because I am the electronic secretary for my home, I know exactly what it's like when parents are like, I don't know what this is electronics, and I am from yesteryear. I don't know. Somehow boomers just the generation, they still separate themselves from any kind of technology. It was cute though. That, especially coming from a place where she's not used to hearing nice things from family.
We should be your first group of supporters.
Right. Right. So I'm really glad the mother saw that and filled in where she could. That's very sweet.
All right. let's keep this train going. If you don't know yet, final segment of the night, Foxy's videos of the week.
I
All of
just
these,
had an image of that wife suddenly doing that to her husband. Like, oh my god, girl, dress up in goth, go to your husband, make him forget all of the uneasiness he's ever had, and then suddenly burst into, like, do we need to talk about Jesus? I would pay money to see that.
nah, you gotta throw him a curveball. Have anybody talked to you about Muhammad?
Oh, that's good.
You gotta throw him a curveball.
There you go. Oh, please, somebody. That's hilarious.
Please make a skit of that. I'm sorry, I'm putting that on. Somebody make a skit of that. I'm putting
Please
it on
do.
here.
That would be great.
Anyway,
Sorry.
clock is ticking.
Marlene, how old are you?
79 and counting. Why?
I got a buddy of mine around your age I think you might like.
You think all old people are soulmates?
Hey, if you want to sit around making ice cubes, be my guest. Be 79 years old and picky.
Fine. Set me up, Cupid.
Everything looks so good. I'd go for the corn on the cob, but I didn't bring my good teeth. You know what I'd really like to eat? You.
Easy there, Earl. Start slow. I apologize, Marlene.
Apologize for what? Hey, I may be 82 years old, but I got a tongue that can lick the paint off an outhouse.
Earl, why don't you tell Marlene a little bit about yourself?
All right. Look, Marlene, I could tell you I moved here from Brooklyn, served in Korea, 3 brothers. But the only thing you really have to know about me is in my pants.
Oh, my God.
Is that so?
I've got the biggest pair of nuts you've ever seen. Oh, geez, would you get that for me, please, Marlene?
I got it. Jesus Christ, Earl.
It wasn't meant for you. It was meant for her.
Sean, can I speak to you alone?
What?
I'm so sorry, Marlene. I've known Earl for a while, but I guess I've never really been in a social situation with him.
Stop getting in the way.
I'm sorry?
You heard me. I'm already old, and old people get horny too. So quit cock blocking me.
Yeah, once you get to a certain age, let's stop playing around. Let's cutesy thing, courting, blah blah blah. Yeah, right. Okay. Let's stop. We all know why we here. By the way, if y'all really think that I'm going to erase this before Thea sees it, you're out of your ever-loving mind. He has to see this. It's a law. He has to see this video. And then I'm going to take both Anna and me off the air and just let Thea's just knock himself out because he's. As a matter of fact, I can tell you exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna play the video. I'm gonna take Anna and myself off. I'm gonna go pour me another beer and everything and just sit back and watch. I had enough time to pop some popcorn. I probably would do that too. So, needless to say, y'all will see that video again next week.
Oh dear. Okay.
Anyway, Anna, I want you to tell me if you remember this next video. I remembered it. Foxy sent it to me. I remembered it like in real time when it happened. Like, I know it's a news clip, But me,
Okay.
this is 2016. I remember this happening. Anyway, here we go.
A just completed poll in North Carolina shows Donald Trump leading Hillary Clinton in a possible presidential matchup, but that's not the part that's grabbing people's attention today. It is the third-party candidate on that poll, a candidate named D's Nuts.
Oh, no.
Really? A candidate registered as an independent from Iowa has the legal name of D's Nuts.
No.
Do you remember that?
I do. I do.
I remember. I was like, I remember that.
I followed these nuts for a little bit.
Because I was like, are you serious? And they were like, no, he changed his name. I was like, wow. I really hope after the election you change it back, though, dude, because your job opportunities.
Oh boy.
Let's just say you need to lie on your I don't know. I don't even know what to say to that.
Yeah.
Anyway, last two videos. Black people's response to Donald Trump. Parker, if you're here, or he's still here, about the terrorists and everything. Black people response to Donald Trump.
Did you know Trump just legalized segregation again?
Breaking news. Trump just signed an executive order that could destroy federal unions.
The administration announced Friday they're revoking legal status of 500,000 migrants who came here legally from Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua, and Venezuela during President Biden's terms. This
Now, that's after we have been doing the work behind the scenes of organizing, of getting our crap together, of socializing, of all the things that we know when the shit hit the fan, that we are well prepared. We're gonna, because we played this game before, been there and done that. That's why he was saying at the beginning of it, I don't want to hear anybody. You are not going to see any videos of, look at what Trump said. Oh, that's so funny. Look at what MAGA said. That's so funny. No, it's not. It's not. It's not funny to me. Not to me anymore. You could call him stupid, dumb, and everything else. The dude, he got into the presidency twice. How he got there, don't care. It's reality now. You want to break that down, do it on your own show. Don't care. Let's deal with the reality we have now. Meanwhile, everything is coming down the pipe. If you try to get us riled up so we can make a mistake, we're not. You're not doing anything different. It's just a new year. This time, slow crawling it. Working our connections. Organizing instead of mobilizing. That's what we doing in the background, buddy. Why I said April 5th. Today, yeah, April 5th. The minute that Foxy said, oh, they said that we having a protest on April 5th. No, the hell we ain't. And the first thing that popped in my head, because I know the assignment, is if we were, we're not announcing it. We learned our lesson on that. We're not announcing our plans. That's not how this is going to work this time around. You want to know our plans is when it happens. So, yeah. Now, after that, to make everybody stay cool. Go get together. Hey, party. Hey. Get our energy out. Let it flow. Come together as a community. Like the one I came from. I was telling Anna about the community outreach that's built a school. This year's building a grocery store. Building economics in the community. Yeah, we got plans. You don't see it? Either A, you ain't in any of these things, so you ain't seeing them. You just waiting for the results. Okay. Now, I'm going to need you to keep your mouth shut when you say, I don't see anything happening. No, because you wait for the results. You ain't in the planning community. You ain't in the planning committee. You ain't in the organization committee. You ain't in any committee. You ain't even in an organization. You just waiting for the results. And because the results that you are not a part of is not coming fast enough for you, that means nothing's happening. Well, too bad. We ain't on your timeline. Because as much as you think, well, we got to do something in the next 4 years. Yeah, we're planning on 4 years and beyond. Because that's how long it's going to take. If y'all think after 4 years, everything will go back to the way it was, nah. Nah, bro. It's going to take some work. It's going to take some work. And this time around, we're going to be smarter instead of, like Thea's always say, we're going to organize more than mobilize. If we don't announce it, how do people find out about it? You're going to have to go out there and search for it. There are organizations everywhere now. Everywhere. And I can announce the organization, and I can announce what they're doing because every organization has a different meaning for different people. Some people want more economic freedom in their communities. More people may be into gardening. Hey, let's keep the food, keep the food up. The terrorists, remember those? Where the prices are going up to the point where we can't go in the grocery store no more. So we're gonna have to start taking care of ourselves. Hey, I'm more into education. Let's talk about the next generation. Because you see what they try to do to the education system. So there's an organization for that. I'm not into the food and I'm in the economy and everything and take care of it. But that education move. So you have to go out and you have to look for what's in your wheelbarrow, what it is that speaks to you. Because not every organization is made for everybody. If it's not, move on to the next one. But get involved or don't. It's up to you. And when I say announcing, I don't have a problem announcing organizations. What I'm saying is not announcing the plan. That's what we're not going to do. We're not going to announce to you what we're going to do. We've already did that. Well, if Trump does this, then we're going to do this. Really? Name any war where the general told the other general, well, if you go left, we're going to go right. And the general goes, shoot. I don't have no counteract to that. So, yeah, you'll know what happens when it happens. Go ahead, Anna. Nothing?
Nice video. It's not my place to say.
You have organizations that you're into. You have a lot of organizations that you're into, especially I did talk about economics. I did talk about education, but there's the third, health.
Mm-hmm.
And there are organizations that's working around that. By the way, there was like that fundraiser I was telling you about today, 4 or 5 booths. But it was of different things. Healthcare, daycare, nursing homes, assisted living. I mean, yeah. They're taking that away too.
And when we say you'll hear about it when you hear about it, when it happens, those are things that you don't need to hear about in advance. These are things that you cannot be a part of unless you are a part of a group in your hometown like this that is planning your own thing. But no, not everybody needs to know about what all the other groups are planning. It is time for us to just get serious and get down to our own communities and just keep on working. This is going to get much, much worse. And we're going to be feeling these effects for at least a decade.
Yeah. And we're not saying these things to scare you. We're just saying these things because it's reality.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying it to scare you. I'm saying it to motivate you. Because me not saying, oh, you're just saying it to scare people. If I don't say anything about this, ain't gonna stop it from happening.
Right.
And we have gone through way too much time being uninformed or afraid of knowing. If we don't see the boogeyman doesn't exist. That's not true.
There's still an unelected billionaire slashing his way through our treasury. There is still a man who objectively we're seeing signs of him losing his mind daily. He is still one of the most powerful people right now. We're still losing women. There is a woman in Georgia right now who is looking at jail time because she miscarried. And she didn't know how to dispose of a fetus. So they're charging her for that in what is arguably one of the most tough times of her life. Everybody is going through something. We have vets losing their jobs. We have people who are looking at losing Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid. We don't know when it is coming, but we've been pretty sure that it is coming because we've heard their plans about wanting to take away these things for years. So this is what happens when people stop paying attention to the government. No, I'm gonna let this nice, strong man who talks like he knows what he's talking about, so he must know what he's talking about. It's crazy.
He hasn't he hasn't even replaced Clarence Thomas or Ito yet. That would have the most significant long-term damage, and it would mean 5 out of the 9 justices will be appointed by Trump.
Oh.
Younger, smarter, and know what coming. Yeah.
We need somebody who is absolutely going to follow this up with progressive plans. We need to expand the court. We need to meet the moment that we have created. We have created a country of people who are really unhappy, who don't see an American dream in their own dreams.
Well,
so anyway.
Now, I've said my piece. Anna said her piece.
Yeah.
Organize more than mobilize. Or you could go a different route.
Distraught after the recent presidential election? Here at Don't Cry Cryo, we understand your pain, and we're here to help. Our expert team of cryogenic care providers can cryogenically freeze you until the Trump presidency has ended. No more crying, no more anxiety attacks, just blissful sleep until Trump is gone. When you awaken from your slumber, we'll even have a party ready and waiting for you. It will be like his presidency never even happened. It was all just a bad dream. As an added bonus, you can choose the Vance add-on package. We'll extend your sleep for an additional 4 years at a 50% discount in the event J.D. Vance wins the next presidential election. Everything will be okay. We're here to take care of you in your time of need. So remember, don't cry, cryo.
Where am I? Oh, please tell me it's over. Wait, something isn't right.
This is your captain, Elon Musk. I want to be the first one to welcome you to Mars. Sorry, Donald Trump Jr. was just elected president, and he deported all Don't Cry Cryo customers to Mars.
What the...
Okay, I'm done. Good night, everybody. It's been really great seeing you.
Sleep your way through it. Go ahead. Anna, tell everybody where they can find you.
You can find me at BorreliaEtc.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, non-conforming individuals, and of course,
I'm assuming you're Legibitqua.
I appreciate Anna. Oh, wait a minute. LOL, I was about to make a joke about them waking up, and it's someone just as bad as Trump or Vance becoming president. Yeah.
Yep.
We got 1 minute left.
I'm assuming you're Legibitqua until you come out to me as straight.
What?
I now wish to be referred to as Legibitqua. Yep, that's happening now. It's Legibitqua. Feels so bougie. I'm a member of the Legibitqua. No. I love it. Legibitqua, y'all.
You made my day.
And until next time, well, next time we'll see you tomorrow. So until next time, we will see you when we see you. Peace. Just sleep your way through the next 4 years to Vance, and then to Trump Jr.,
Oh.
and then to Elon Musk.
Oh.
Bye.